Monday, 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 start of another week. What does this week have in store for us all? Okay, so sitting on the mat, legs out straight in front, and just rock side to side, feel those seat bones. And then make that rock smaller and smaller till you can really feel both of them into the ground and just shimmy from side to side. And then just round yourself back a little bit. So you go back onto your tailbone. And then pull yourself up and you can hold behind your thighs and come onto your front bottom. And then round yourself back and take your hands onto your knees. Eyes to your thighs, and then arch yourself up, eyes to the sky, pull yourself from the back of your legs, coming forward onto your front bottom, and then rounding back. And then reach those hands forward whilst we're rounded and just stretch that lower back. Breathing in and breathing out, and just gently let that head lower down a bit towards your knees. Feel the stretch in the back of the neck. And then sit yourself up nice and tall. And let's pop our hands on the floor beside our bum. Breathing in on the out breath, push yourself up. Pull those shoulders back. Take those hands a little bit further back on the floor. And just push that chest forward. And take your chin up high and squeeze those shoulder blades together. Breathing in and out. And then taking those hands onto your legs, just rolling backwards down to the ground. All the way down to flat. Lay yourself there. Take your hands over your head and reach your right hand away from your right foot. And your left hand away from your left foot. Stretching, and then both hands from both feet, and then bring those hands back and bring your knees into your chest, both knees in, and lift that tailbone up. Lift it up 3 times. 2, 1 more. Pop your right leg out straight and pull that left leg in, pulling that knee towards the armpit, breathing in and out, pushing that tailbone down onto the ground. And then pulling that left knee over your body, turn your eyes to the left, reaching that left hand away from your body, pushing that left shoulder down and pulling that left knee to the floor. Breathing in and out, stretching the hand away, pulling that knee down. And relax and let it melt apart. Let your back separate, let your shoulder come away from your hip. And then roll over onto your right hand side. Bring your arm underneath you. Take hold of your left foot in your left hand. Roll that shoulder back and down, holding onto that left foot. And pull that knee behind you. Just pull that left leg backwards, keeping the foot away from the bum. Now push that foot out into your hand. So you're tensing the front of your leg as if you're trying to kick your foot down to straight, and let your shoulder relax and pull back and down, and let your neck lengthen, keeping your tummy engaged. And then release that push and take the foot further behind you, taking that leg further behind, opening up that hip. So this is like the bow pose we do on our tummy. And release that leg, roll back onto your back, and pull that knee in towards your body again. And then pull that leg over your body, all the way to the floor, pushing that left shoulder into the ground, letting that left hip roll over, and trying to keep that left ear on the floor, pushing those left fingers away, keeping that shoulder down and back. And then roll back onto your back. Pull this left knee in towards your armpit again. And just turn that leg and bring the other leg up. Take hold behind the other leg and just pull that towards you, breathing in and out. Keep the tailbone on the floor, lengthen the neck and head away. Feeling those ribs on the ground. Feeling a softness in the waistband of your trousers. And then push that left knee in towards your left elbow. Bit of tension in the glutes. Push that knee in. And then release that knee and pull that leg towards you further. Breathing in and out. Okay, release that right leg, release that left leg. Lengthen those legs out straight. Pop your arms all the way over your head and reaching the fingers away from the toes. Pull those arms back down by your side and pull your right knee in towards your shoulder. Pulling that knee up to the outside of your body. Lengthening that left leg away, pushing the toes away from the head. Pulling that right knee in and stretching the groin. Breathing in, keep those shoulders down and back. Lengthen that head and neck. Take this right knee over your body towards the left-hand side and push that right hand away. Breathing in and out. Trying to get that right knee on the floor. Lengthen that left leg. Push those right fingers away from you. Pushing those right fingers away. Breathing in and out. Turning, pushing. Trying to get that right shoulder on the floor, pulling it down and back. And reaching those fingers, trying to turn that right ear to the ground. And then roll over onto the left-hand side. And put your left arm onto the body. Take hold of that right foot in the right hand. Roll the right shoulder back and down. Lengthen that neck. Pull that right leg behind you. Pulling that right leg back. Taking the foot away from the bottom. And push that right foot into the right hand. Let that right shoulder release. Let it lengthen. Let it lengthen. Let the neck lengthen. Pushing the foot into the hand, keeping those knees hip distance apart. Drawing in the core, looking after the lower back. Release that push and pull that leg further behind you. Letting go of the shoulder. Pushing the foot away. Pushing the foot and the hand away from your body. Pulling that leg behind. Breathing in and out, and then release that leg and roll onto your back. Pull that leg up in towards your armpit, lengthening your head away from your shoulders. Roll those shoulders down and back. Keep those ribs on the floor and soften that lower back, pushing the tailbone down. Turning that foot, pulling it up towards you, and then taking hold of the left leg behind it and pulling that foot up closer. Push away the thigh with the elbow. Roll those shoulders down and back. Lengthen that head and neck. Lift that waistband off the ground and push the tailbone down. Breathing in, and on the out breath, push that right knee into the right elbow. Breathing in and out. Release that push, pull the foot towards you further, and then letting go of both legs, just hold on to your knees and just lift your tailbone up off the floor and stretch that lower back. Once, twice, one more time. And then keeping your knees, tailbone down the ground, but keep hold of your knees. Put your arms on the inside of your thighs and let those knees drop apart. Rolling those shoulders down all the way up to the ears into the floor, slide them down. Lengthen the top of the head away from the body. Breathing in, pulling those knees apart. Now push your knees in towards your arms. Trying to bring those knees together, but resisting. Pulling those shoulders down and back, keeping them symmetrical. Can you feel your shoulder blades on the floor in the same place? Is your pelvis on the floor in the same place? Can you feel those ribs? Breathing in, out, release that push and let those knees fall a tiny bit further apart. Good, bring those legs back together, pop the feet on the floor, slide them out away from you. Take your hands over your head, reaching your fingers from your toes, and then bring those fingers all the way up to the sky, point them to your feet and roll yourself up to sitting. grabbing your roller, slide it on the floor behind you, and then just resting your elbows on the on the edges of the roller. We're going to lay back over it. Just lay back over that roller and just open your body up over it. Relax those shoulders. Breathing in and out, and then just curl yourself back up again. And then move the roller a few inches up towards the shoulders. And just rolling and opening that chest up as we lay back over it. And then bring the chin to the chest and just curl back up again. And then move it up one more time towards the shoulders. And open that chest up over it. Let that head lengthen, and then bringing yourself back up. So my head's about 45 degrees from the body, supported with my hands. Bend my knees up now, and I'm going to lift the bum off the floor and roll the length of the ribs. All the way down, all the way up. From the shoulders down to the bottom rib, and all the way. And each time I'm going to try and lower my head closer to the floor and focus on trying to get my bum closer to the ground. If I can take my hands over my head and stretch the front of my body. If you can reaching those fingers away. Just put them where they need to go for you, but you're trying to stretch your body over the roller. I'm bringing my arms back next to me, and I'm going to roll slightly on the right hand side and just pressure those rib ends a little bit. Just do 2 up and downs there, and then over onto the other side. And then put the roller up the middle, all the way down back. So the roller should be starting to get easier for most of you. I mean, it always starts off hard. Okay, rest your bum on the ground and peel yourself back up. It always starts off hard because it's bending it's unstiffening you. Okay, sitting on the end of the mat, pushing those heels away from us, putting the hands on the floor next to your bum. Roll the shoulders up to the ears and pull them down. Bring that chest up so the eyes are horizontal. And lifting just so the bum's light on the floor, not lifting high. I'm just lengthening my body, pushing my head to the sky, and then rest down on that middle bottom. Take those hands out wide. Bring those palms together above the head. And pushing those fingers up to the sky. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. My eyes are horizontal, lengthening up through the back of my head, pushing my heels away from me and my knees down into the ground, pulling those arms out wide. Bring those fingers back to horizontal, off the floor. I'm just going to glide forwards. I'm going to glide backwards. I'm going to glide forwards. And I'm going to come to vertical. I'm going to put my left hand on my right knee. Right hand behind, and I'm going to lift and turn. Breathing in and out. Pushing to turn that body around. Going to come back to center. Put the right hand on the left knee, left hand behind. Lifting that body up vertical and pushing round to the left. Breathing in and out. Bring those arms to horizontal. And I'm going to glide forwards, reaching, drawing in that core, coming back to vertical, and I'm going to glide back as far as I can go till I feel the tension in the tummy. Roll those shoulders back and down, come up to vertical and lean forwards. Come back up to horizontal, vertical again, and lean backwards. Coming back up to vertical and lean forward. And then coming up to vertical, staying here, sitting on that middle bottom, pull through your heels if you've fallen backwards, and turn those fingers around to the left. And then keeping my breastbone in line with my fingers, I'm turning the other way. And then coming back to the center, turning around to one side, back to center, shoulders back and down and going around the other way. Keeping those fingers, the middle fingers in line with my breastbone. Pointing forwards, round to one side, coming back and go the other way. And back to center. And just check with those feet that they're not paddling forward and backwards, so you're keeping your hips still. So turning around to the left. Are my feet staying parallel? Is my breastbone level with my middle finger? Come back to the center, go around to the right. Same thing, are my feet staying parallel? Shoulders back, back to center. Breathing in on the out breath, rolling down to flat. Curling down to flat. Curling down slowly, 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 all the way down. Bring those arms over your head. Breathing in on the out breath, push those fingers away from the toes. Bring those hands back next to your side. Slide your fingers under your bottom. Breathing in on the out breath, push those elbows into the floor and lift up that chest. Opening the front of your body up. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out, lengthening, stretching the front of the body. And then lower down to the ground. Pull the knees into the chest, lift the tailbone up off the floor, bring the nose to the knees. Holding yourself here. Now bring the toes down to the floor, fingers above your head on the floor and lengthen them out straight. Bring those arms back down by your side. Slide your fingers under your bottom, roll the shoulders up to the ears, into the floor and lift. Lifting that upper body up, pushing. Breathing in on the out breath, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Pushing that top of the head away from the toes. Lifting the breastbone up, drawing in the tummy, protecting the lower back. Breathing in. And out and release down to flat. Bring both knees into your body. Bring the nose up to the knees. Now, if you want, you can either hold onto your legs as they go to the ground, or you let go of those legs and you extend the arms one way and the feet the other way. If you want to drag the feet on the floor, that's fine. If you want to have the feet off the ground, that's also fine. Bring those arms back over the head. Bring those knees back in towards the body. Again, dragging the feet on the floor if you want, or lifting them. And then nose to the knees. Breathing in on the out breath, extending those legs and hands away, drawing in the core, keeping strong with those tummy muscles. Breathing in on the out breath, bring those feet, again, dragging them along the floor or lifting them and hugging into your knees. Good. So you can use this as much, it's a tummy exercise and it can be as intense as you like. Taking those legs out. If you want, you can keep your legs and hands off the floor here. And then we bring the legs and arms back together, nose to the knees. And then drawing in that core, we take the legs and arms out straight again. Drawing in the core, looking after that lower back. Bringing those legs and arms back in again. Hugging the knees, the nose to the knees. And then we're going to take them out and we're going to leave them there. Reaching those fingers away from us. Taking those fingers all the way up to the sky. Following with our eyes towards our feet. Rolling ourselves all the way up to sitting. And reaching those toes. Reaching those toes. Breathing in and out. Pulling ourselves forwards. Breathing in and out. Bend your knees a little bit. Pull yourself onto your front bottom and then push those knees down into the ground. Right leg down, left leg down, right leg down, left leg down. Sitting yourself back up and then swing your legs around and come onto all fours. Come on onto all fours. So middle fingers are parallel, knees are hip distance apart, arching that body up. Eyes to the knees and then sinking that body down, eyes come up to the sky. Breathing in on the out breath, arch that body up, pushing through that tailbone, tucking it down, bringing the eyes down, and then sinking that body down and bringing those eyes up. Come into neutral and bend yourself to the right. Bring your right ear towards your right hip. You're just bending your torso right. And then take your left ear towards your left hip, bending the body left. And then coming back back to straight. Glide your body backwards over those heels. Keep that back horizontal to the floor. Don't let yourself go into child pose. Come back up onto all fours. Glide your body into curve yourself right. Curl yourself to the right. Curl yourself to the left. Back to center and glide the body back. Glide the body back, good. Okay, slide down onto your tummy, legs out straight on the floor, forehead on the ground, arms back by your side, lengthen those legs. Drawing in the core, lifting your tummy button off the floor, clenching your bum, pushing your pubic bone into the floor. Tighten those thighs and lengthen your legs. Knees are soft on the ground, toes are pointed. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky, and roll them down, lengthening your neck on the downward roll. Breathing in on the out breath, roll those shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky. Push the shoulders down, drawing in the core, lengthening your body. Breathing in. On the out breath, roll the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky, and bring the arms up too, pushing those fingers down towards those toes, but my hands are higher than my bottom. Lengthening that head and neck, drawing in the core, clenching the bum, lengthen the legs, my feet are just off the floor. Pushing those fingers away from my shoulders, and then rolling the arms round and down back to the floor. Breathing in on the out breath, bring the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky, reaching those hands up high behind, trying to get them over the top of my bottom. So drawing the tummy in, make sure that's not going to flop. Breathing in on the out breath, pulse those hands up to the sky and towards each other. 3, 2, 1, roll them around and down. Breathing in. On the out breath, lengthening the head away from the toes, roll the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky, arms come up, pulsing the hands towards each other and the sky. 3, 2, 1, hold them there. Lift that head off the floor. Draw in the core, rest on the bottom rib and the pubic bone. Lengthen those legs, breathing in. On the out breath, pulse those arms up. 3, 2, 1. Keep them there. Breathing in. On the out breath, pulse those arms up one more. 3, 2, 1. Bring them around and down. Drawing in the core, pushing the pubic bone in the floor by the bum being clenched. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky. Lengthen the head away from the toes. Make sure your tummy's light. Hands are up. Pushing those fingers away from the shoulders. Breathing in. On the out breath, push those arms up higher. 3, 2, 1. Lengthen those legs. Lifting that left leg up. 3, 2, 1. Pubic bone stays still, pelvis stays still. Right leg lifts. 3, 2, 1. Lengthen those arms away from the shoulders. Bringing both arms up higher. 3, 2, 1. Around and everything down to the floor. Bring those arms up level with your ears. Bend your elbows. Fingers up, the balls of my hands are level with my eyes. Breathing in on the out breath. Lift the forearm and hand off the ground and lower. Draw in the core, lengthen the body, tighten the bum, resting on the pubic bone. Breathing in on the out breath, hands up off the floor and lower. Breathing in on the out breath, lifting those hands off the ground. Now lift the elbows up too. resting on the forehead, bottom rib, pubic bone, and gently on the thighs. Touch that elbow on the floor. Lift those hands up high. Touch the elbow on the ground. Lift those arms up into the air. Touch the elbow down. Lift those arms up in the air. Touch that elbow down. Lift those arms up in the air. Hold the arms up high. Lift the forehead off the ground. Lengthen the toes away from the head. Now my knees are off the floor. My thighs are off. Resting on the top of my thighs, my pubic bone, my bottom rib, drawing in the core. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift those arms up higher. 3. Keep the head still. 2. 1. Holding them here. Lengthen the head from the toes. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift those arms up again. 3. Squeezing and opening the chest. 2. 1. And lower back down. Make sure your tummy button is engaged. It's lifted off the ground, supporting on the pubic bone and that bottom rib. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift those hands up off the ground. Keep the elbows down. Breathing in. Lift the hands up off the ground. Keep the elbows down. Lengthen the legs, pushing off that pubic bone. Lift the whole arm up in the air. Touch the elbows down. Lift those arms up. Heads on the ground. Touch the elbows down. Lift those arms up. Touch the elbows down. Lift the arms up. Hold them there. Lift those hands and arms up higher. 3, 2, 1. Take the head off the floor. Lengthen the top of your head from your toes. Thighs are on the ground. Top of my thighs are on the ground, the pubic bone and the bottom rib. Breathing in. Lifting those arms up and release. Lifting those arms up and release. Lifting and release. Lifting and release. 2 more. 1 more. And lower everything to the floor. Bring your forearms in a little closer to your side. Hands are flat on the ground. Breathing in, we're going to come up into partial cobra. Breathing out, pull those shoulders down, lengthen those legs. Pushing that upper body up off the ground. Holding ourselves here, pulling those shoulders down and back. And lower back down to the floor. Breathing in. On the out breath, pulling those elbows towards the waist, lifting the upper body up as if we're trying to slide forwards on the floor. Pointing those toes away, keep those thighs together. And lower. And again, breathing in. On the out breath, pulling ourselves up, opening up that chest. Squeezing my shoulder blades together, clenching my bum, resting on that pubic bone. Tummy's light on the ground. And then lower back down to the floor. Slide those hands down to level with your chest. Breathing in on the out breath, roll those shoulders back, lengthen those legs, and pushing up onto the pubic bone. Opening up that chest, stretching the tummy, clenching with the bum, and lower back down to the floor. Breathing in. On the out breath, roll the shoulders back and down, pushing ourselves up, clenching with the bum. Opening, yeah, make sure your lower backs are protected. Opening the chest and lower back down onto the floor. Okay, slide your hands closer down to your waist. We're going to come up onto our knees this time. So breathing in, on the out breath, roll those shoulders back and down, lengthen the legs, straighten your arms and come up onto your knees. Engage the core, protect that lower back and really push the chest up and forward and the shoulders down and back. Tighten the thighs and lift those knees off the floor. Release those knees and lower that body back down to the floor. Good. Try as you lower down, try to go pubic bone, tummy, lower down smoothly. So breathing in on the out breath. Lengthen those legs, pull those shoulder blades back and down and lift, straightening those elbows. Open that chest and tighten those thighs. Resting on the tops of your feet and on your hands. Open the chest, pushing forward, pull those shoulder blades together. Rest the knees down and lower yourself back down to the floor. Well done. Okay, this time we'll go into child pose afterwards. So breathing in, on the out breath, roll the shoulders up to the ears, pull them down. Lengthen the legs, pushing the body up off the floor. Straighten those elbows, open that chest. Breathing in, tighten the thighs, bring the knees up. Breathing out, pop the knees down, bum in the air. All the way back into child pose. Well done, everybody. All the way back in child pose. Let that back have a rest. Pull those fingers forwards on the floor. Walk the hands over to the left. And feel the stretch in the back as it falls over to the right, as your bum falls a bit right. Stretching that arm and the armpit. And then walk the hands to the middle and then take them over to the right. Then let that back stretch. And then pull those fingers forwards on the floor. Come up onto all fours. Come up onto all fours. Middle fingers parallel, hands under the shoulders. Arch the back up. Eyes to the knees, breathing in on the out breath, sink that back down to the floor, spreading those buttocks and bring that chin and eyes up high. Breathing in on the out breath, arch that back up, pushing off those hands. And then lowering the body down, eyes up to the sky, spreading those buttocks. Come into neutral. Take that left hand, palm up, and slide it under the right armpit. Pushing off that right hand, trying to turn my shoulders, keeping my knees parallel, my hip parallel to the floor, knees have even pressure on. Pushing that left hand through and stretching those ribs. Side of my head on the ground. Breathing in on the out breath, push back up onto all fours, and then change hands. Push that right hand, palm up, pushing that through, pushing off the left hand. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out, pushing that left hand through, right hand through. Pushing off that left hand, turning the body. And then coming back up onto all fours. And take that right hand again. And this time taking the right hand off the floor, lifting the right hand out to the right hand side. So we're stretching the right hand side of the body by opening it. And then we swing that arm through and close it. Pushing off the right hand, pushing that left hand through. So I think I've got my right and left model there. Pushing that left hand through. Trying to turn my shoulders, trying to lift that right shoulder up and the left shoulder down. Breathing in and then come back up onto all fours. Take that right hand off the floor, open it away towards the right, turning the body right and then bringing it through under my left shoulder. Pushing it through, pushing off that left hand, pushing through that right hand, lifting that left shoulder high, pushing that right arm through, trying to turn the ribs. And then coming back up onto all fours. Middle fingers parallel, arch the back up, sink the back down. Okay, slide your fingers forwards on the mat. Turn those toes over. Come up into the plank. Right leg out straight, left leg out straight. Lower the bum so that it's in between your heels and your shoulders. Roll those shoulders back and down and really lengthen that body. So try and make sure your bum's not sagging. Shoulder blades are back and down. Holding yourself up strong here. Okay, take those feet a little wider than hip distance. Breathing in on the out breath, turn over onto your side. Turning over onto the side. If you want to have your knee down on the underneath, that's fine. Turn those hands back next to each other. Feet are parallel. Try to spin with your bum staying level with your shoulders. And turn over onto the other side. Good. If you want to... Okay, those of you that are okay doing this, I want you to count to 3 in the side plank, go back to normal plank. Those of you that aren't so happy doing that, like Ros, can you come onto your side? Can you go on your elbow with your knee down? Is that hurting your armpit? Okay. Well, those of you that can do this, then you can lift that underneath leg up. Lower. Okay, hang on. All right, let's come back to normal plank. When you've all done, come back to the normal plank. Right, drop the knees down. Ros, can you stabilize on your side like this, Ros? Or put both knees out. Can we just do come down? Can you come into this position? Okay, everyone come into the side plank with the hips on the floor. So instead of rotating, we're going to, so make sure that your elbow is under your shoulder or closer to your waist. So you've got stability by being in close. It's not too far out. So breathing in, on the out breath, lift your side up. And then lower. Roll the shoulder back and down. So I want you to just lift up. So the stronger you're feeling, the longer you hold it. So Susie and Anki and Sarah and Hilary can probably hold it up, and Sandra can hold it up for 3-5 seconds. Ros, just come up. Ros, I just want you literally to come up and go back down. Come up and go back down. So we start to build some strength up. So Hilary, go up and count to 5. Up here, 1, you can take your top arm up, 2, 3, 4, 5 and lower. So you should start to feel the tension in your side. So we're going to do 1 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then down. And then turn onto the other side. So turning onto the other side. So you've got your hips on the ground, legs straight. Roll that shoulder down and back. And then you're just lifting and then lowering. So on this side, I'm using my hand to support me a little bit more. Lifting, 2, 3, and lower. Lifting, 2, 3, 4, 5, and lower. And again. So just do side planks, Emma. Lifting, 2, 3, 4, 5, and lower. Okay, 1 more. Breathing in, on the out breath, lifting, 2, 3, 4, 5, and lower. Okay, turn around onto your tummy again. Come back up onto all fours, go back into child pose. Stretching that back. Come back up into the plank. Slide those fingers forwards. Make sure the middle finger's parallel. Left leg out straight behind, right leg out straight behind. Hands are under your shoulders. Breathing in on the out breath. Glide the body forwards. Glide the body back. Glide the body forwards. Sarah, do you want to go on your elbows? Glide the body back. Yeah, there you go, forwards. If you're finding it hard on your wrists, you can go on your elbows. So chins up, drawing in the core, nice and long and strong. Good. Gliding forwards, Hilary, head up and back. Forwards and back. Forwards and back. Hold yourself strong here, tighten those thighs. Lift that right leg up. Put that right leg down. Lift that left leg up. Put that left leg down. Drop the knees. Go back into child pose. Okay, I know what we need to work on. planking and wrists. Just dripping a little bit of it in at a time. Okay. Bring yourself up, walk your knees forwards. Swing your feet around, sit yourself up nice and tall. Sitting ourselves up nice and tall. Pushing those heels away from you, rolling those shoulders back. Rolling those shoulders back, big rolls with those shoulders. Let the arms follow. Let the arms come all the way up to the sky. Let the hands touch at the top. Keep your hands at the top there, pushing those fingers up high. Pushing those fingers up high. Drawing the chest up, pushing the knees down. Turning the body to the left. And then center. And then turning right. And center. Turning left. Emma, can you get your hands above your head more? Good, and center. And turning right. And center. And turning left. And center. And right. And center. Bringing those back to horizontal. Arms to horizontal. Okay, sitting up nice and tall. And rolling down to flat. Rolling all the way down to flat. All the way down to flat. Keep those fingers off the floor here. Rolling all the way back up again. Chin up, pushing those arms back to horizontal. Breathing in on the out breath, rolling all the way back down to flat, slowly. Roll the shoulders up to the ears into the ground, slide the fingers down the ground, keep those shoulders here. Drawing in the core, lengthen the head from the toes. Bring that right leg straight up into the air. Breathing in on the out breath, lower that right leg down. Bring that left leg straight up into the air. Breathing in and lower that left leg down. Breathing in and on the out breath, right leg straight up into the air. Breathing in at the top, right leg down, left leg up, shoulders back and down. Breathing in on the out breath, left leg down. Lift those fingers up to 45 degrees. Breathing in on the out breath, rolling that body up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit up tall and down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying here. Bring that right leg straight up into the sky. Bring that left leg straight up into the sky. Push those tailbones down. See if you can take both legs down to the floor. Both legs down to the floor. You can have your knees a little bit bent if you want. Rest them on the ground. Arms up to 45 degrees. Breathing in on the out breath, rolling that body all the way up to vertical. Just coming up at that pace, sitting up tall. Pop your fingers on the floor. Check that you're as tall as you can be. Hands back to vertical. Breathing in on the out breath, collapse the back, rolling back down to flat. At the same pace we were doing before. Hands by the side, breathing in. On the out breath, roll the shoulders up to the ears, slide them down to the ground. Bring that left leg straight up into the sky. Bring that right leg straight up into the sky. If you can keep the knees straight, do. If you want to bend them, lower both legs down to the floor. Both legs coming down to the ground. Down to the ground, lengthen them out and straighten them. Arms up to 45 degrees, breathing in. On the out breath, rolling yourself all the way up. Rolling up. Sitting up nice and tall at the top. Sitting up tall. And rolling all the way back down again. Rolling all the way back down, arms by your side, breathing in. On the out breath, roll the shoulders up to the ears, slide them down. See if you can bring both legs up together. If you can't, bring them one at a time. Both legs up to the sky. And then both legs back down. They can be bent, they can be straight. Don't let the torso move. If you want to do them individually, you can do them individually. Keeping that torso strong. Arms to 45 degrees, breathing in, breathing out, rolling all the way back up. Rolling all the way back up, sitting, reaching forwards. Sitting up tall, rolling all the way back down. Rolling all the way down to flat. Take the arms all the way over your head. Pushing those fingers away from the toes. Bring the arms back and bring the knees in towards your chest. Bringing both knees in. Lift that tailbone off the ground for 3, for 2, for 1. Push that tailbone into the floor, lengthen the top of the head away from you. Let that left leg go out straight. Keep that right knee pulled in towards your body. Pull that knee up towards your ear. Stretch that groin. Pull that knee all the way over your body to the floor on the left-hand side. Pushing my right hand away from me. Turning my right ear to the ground. Pulling that right knee to the ground. Breathing in and out. Push those fingers away. Push that shoulder down. And then roll back onto my back. Pull that right knee in. Pull that left knee in. Pull those knees apart. Let that right leg go out straight. Keep this left knee in. Breathing in on the out breath. Pull that left knee over my body. Pushing my left fingers away from my body. Pushing my left shoulder to the floor. Pushing my left knee to the ground, letting my back turn, rotate. Keeping that left ear to the floor. Breathing in and out. Rolling back onto my back. Pulling that left knee in towards my body. Pulling that right knee back into my body. Pulling the legs, the knees up to the outside. Pulling those knees apart. Bring those knees back together. Pop those toes on the ground. Let those legs go out straight. Fingers over your head, reaching your fingers away from your toes. Pushing the right hand away from the right foot. And then the left hand away from the left foot. Taking my fingers all the way up to the sky, chin into the chest, rolling all the way back up and reaching right forward towards those toes. Let that head hang down. Feel the stretch through the back. Through the forehead, through the head, pulling myself forward, stretching, and then sitting up nice and tall. Pop your knuckles on the floor behind your bum, rolling the shoulders and lift that bum up off the ground. Settle back down onto your middle bottom, hands on your thighs and roll your shoulders. Well done.